All right, guys, I want to tell you all a story. Now, this is a story about a team that has been counted out. They were counted out at the start of the season. They're a team that started the year outside of the top 25. They were picked to finish 8th in the SEC. They had no one in the preseason all-ACC team. This is a team that lost their best player last season to the transfer portal. They weren't expected to do much. And then the season started, and the rest is history. Now, what team am I talking about? Of course, NC State. In their 50th year as a program, NC State is playing peak basketball, going undefeated so far and pulling off some huge upsets against both UConn and Colorado. And if you haven't been watching NC State play this year, you may ask the question, why? Why them? What makes them so special to be ranked where they are? And I would say one word: consistency.
8 straight seasons of 20 plus. Last year was kind of a crazy year, though, right? A little bit different. But what did you learn? What did you learn from a season like that?
Yeah, I don't know. We just we had some great wins, including beating Iowa on the road and winning some big ACC games, and then we had some tough losses. So probably the first year of my 34 years as a head coach, first year that it was a little up and down. And I always use the analogy. I want our team to be like McDonald's French fries. You can be anywhere in the world, and when you go to McDonald's, you know what you're getting. And that's the way I want us to be, night in, night out, no matter where we are. I want us to be hot and salty, and it didn't quite get it done. So we got to get back to being McDonald's fries, and, y'all can give me a little bit of a kickback anytime, McDonald's.
As Coach Wes Moore said, last year, NC State really was a roller coaster team. Sometimes they look pretty good, and other times they look downright terrible. During this offseason, the Wolfpack had to make some serious changes. They wound up losing in the first round of the tournament last season, which was a huge disappointment, especially since they made it to the regionals the previous year. Wes Moore wanted McDonald's French fries, and this is what he's gotten so far this year. Thanks to his starters, Sanaya Rivers, Isaiah James, River Baldwin, Mimi Collins, and Madison Hayes. Now, these players have stepped up on just about every single level. First, you have 6 foot tall Madison Hayes, who has gone from shooting a 30% shot from the 3-point line to shooting at 50% right now. She also increased her average in points and rebounds to 10 points a game and 5.4 rebounds a game. Now, you also have 6'3" Mimi Collins, who has really embraced her role as a starter, increasing her efficiency in just about every metric, especially from the 3-point line.
Mimi, you're shooting so well from 3 so far this season. Is that something you were excited to show off this season, that improvement?
Yeah, a little bit, but I was more focused on my versatility. But it's now that I'm showing what I'm capable of and what I was doing earlier in my college career, and just seeing those numbers come back, it's a blessing to me.
And then there's 6'5" River Baldwin, who really seems to have bought in what the coaches really wanted her to do. She has seen dramatic improvement from the free throw line, now shooting 90% from the free throw line, when last year she was shooting 50%. She also has improved as a shooter and as a rebounder as well, and has had her best game of her career against Colorado when she scored 24 points, going 70% from the field and grabbing 8 boards.
I think coming into the year, I had this leadership standpoint, but I didn't really buy into doing the little things. And something in the Virgin Islands just switched of if I play defense, buy into the scout, do what the coaches are asking, and rebound, points will come or they won't. I don't really care as long as we get the W.
And then we also have the MVPs of this season so far for NC State, which are the dynamic duo of Isaiah James and Sanaya Rivers. First, let's talk about Isaiah James. Isaiah James is one of those players who went from a decent role player to a bona fide star over the summer. She more than doubled her points. Last year, she was averaging 6.8 points a game. Now she is averaging 16.2. She's a whole lot more aggressive on the offensive and defensive end. And she is playing with a confidence that I have not seen her play with before in previous seasons. And the thing that I really like about Isaiah is that she waited her turn, and she didn't give up on the program and what Wes Moore was trying to do. She came off the bench in her freshman and sophomore year, though to be more accurate, during the end of last season, she actually was starting for the last couple of games last season. But she embraced her role at the time, and now coming into the season, she's older and she's better, way better. Isaiah James said, I'm older now, so I have to really think about the decisions on the court and off the court as well. I try to come out here and just be 100% every day, 110% actually. So I keep saying the same for the younger people. Just do the same thing. No coming here sluggish or anything. Just be on your toes every practice, in every game. And that's what Isaiah has been doing. She's just a fun player to watch. And to think that we will get to see her play another year in college basketball, she's special, and she's very special to watch, especially paired with her phenomenal teammate, Sanaya Rivers, aka Miss Do-It-All for NC State. Sanaya Rivers is a bona fide star. She can do everything. She can defend, she can crash the boards, and she can get in the paint and score. Last year, she was the ACC sixth player of the year. And over the summer, she has continued to step up her game. Her impact is way more than just points. You really need to watch her play to see what she can do. She's averaging 13.7 points a game, 4.4 rebounds, and 4.4 assists and 5.9 rebounds. And she is the bona fide leader of this team. And again, as I say, yes, she's doing well in terms of scoring and assisting and rebounding, but her impact on this team is way, way more than just the points and rebounds and assists. It's the hockey assist that she gets. It's the way that she just controls this game and controls this team as well. That is pretty awesome to see. And those are just the 5 starters that I just went over. But NC State has some great bench players who come off the bench and bring in some good minutes. NC State is a special team. They can play some defense. And they have players who can just straight up score from anywhere on the court. This is fun basketball to watch. And when NC State looks free, that's when they play the best. They are looking consistent. They're having fun. And it looks like Wes Moore is getting what he wants in those McDonald's fries vibes that he was trying to go for. If you haven't watched NC State, you need to do yourself a favor and watch NC State play. But for those who have watched NC State play, what are your thoughts so far about their season? How long do you think they'll be able to keep up this winning streak? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. NC State is a team that is now ranked number 3 in the country, and they're receiving a lot of praise. But what you may not remember is that they were counted out. They are currently 9-0, and they begin ACC play in late December. All right, guys, moving on. So I do want to make you all aware of a situation that's happening in Kentucky.